How's it going, guys? It's Eclipse here, and I hope you have all had a good week so far. Today's video is focused on the upcoming weekend events and also some bundles that are coming in. We're going to have a look at what you need to do to finish them and also kind of review the tanks as they come in these bundles, whether you want to pick them up, whether they're worth it or not, and basically give you a little summary of each tank and whether I think personally they're going to do anything for you. Now, there's plenty of stuff to talk about. We can go into quite a lot of detail, but we're not going to go super long video today. It's going to be a fairly short one and concise. So let's get right into it. Now, the first thing is we have 2 weekend challenges, both of them giving you a few different things. The first one being Operation Wolfpack. Now, this is a operation where you have to deal a total of 2,500 damage across any number of battles, and you'll earn 35,000 silver. It's not a lot, and it's in this kind of series of completions where you have to deal 2,500 damage. You can complete this 10 times, and on your 10th final completion of this thing, you'll get 2 camouflage vouchers which enable you to put camouflage on your various different tanks, and you'll be able to kind of use those to gain a little bit extra concealment on whatever tank you get. So they'll be permanent, so you can have that camo on your tank forever. So make sure you pick the tank that you are most likely going to use for the rest of the game, or the one that you favour the most, and also pick and hopefully it looks good too. Now, with the 10 completions, you'll also get the 35,000 silver, which means that you'll get 350,000 silver in total, which is really, really good in terms of giving you a little bit of extra silver. It helps you to get some more equipment on some of the tanks that you might not buy, just literally playing the game. It's going to take a total overall damage of 25,000, which isn't a massive amount, especially if you play tier 10. You should probably be averaging about 2,000 damage a game, so you'll almost complete one of these every single game. Going to make you a little bit of silver and also get the camo vouchers. Now, very similarly, we have Operation Siegebreaker. Now, in order to do this, you have to destroy 3 or more battles in any number of battles using a tank destroyer or an artillery. Now, this is focused on 2 classes, so you can use the tank destroyer or the artillery, and then you have to destroy 3 or more vehicles. This is open for you can do it in however many games you want to. It's not one of those that you have to destroy 3 in one game, so you can do it over a course of 3 games, 5 games, 10 games just to get 3 kills overall. Now, in order to complete this 10 times, it's the same format. You complete it 10 times and you get some more camo vouchers. They're the same camo vouchers, but you'll get 2 lots of them. After each completion, you'll get that 35,000 silver, and then at the 10th completion of it, you'll get those camo vouchers. So it's very similar. Total, you need to take out 30 tanks within the whole completion of this event, which is really easy. It's not going to take you long, and I'm pretty sure, if you take out 4, it will count the extra kill onto the next one. I'm not entirely sure, but I would guess that's how it will work, because I'm pretty sure with some of the other operations where they've got multiple stages, they do carry over some of the ones. Say if you needed 500 damage to get the operation complete to get the next one, if you got 2,000 damage, you'd start the next one off at 1,500. Not entirely sure if that's completely true for this event, but I would guess so. But you'll have to check that out every single time. Also, this weekend, you'll get a 50% Commander XP bonus on every multiplayer battle. So if you're, lacking behind in Commander skills, then it's a great time to train up your Commanders with that 50% extra Commander XP bonus. So every single game, you'll get 50% more Commander XP, which is going to be really vital in order for you to, progress your skills, get more skills, get higher skilled Commanders, and also get more Commanders at 9 skills, which is really, really crucial in order to maximize what you can do in a tank. Luckily for me, I already had loads of 9 skill commanders, which means I can transfer pretty much them between whatever tanks I want, and I don't have to train any at the moment. I'm thinking about kind of training some just to kind of get an idea of how it is to play without all of the skills and crews, but it definitely isn't optimal. Now we'll move on to the weekend deals here, considering that's all of the operations that we got for the weekend. And the key thing on this is we have 2 singular tanks for 50% off, and then we've got one bundle that you can pick up that I think is actually a really good one, so stay tuned to look at that in just a second. But to begin with, we will look at the T26 E3 Eagle 7 bundle. This is the tier 7 medium tank on the American line. It's very, very similar to the E25 in terms of, its fire rate. It's a very, very fast firing tank, even though I'm lying, that's the T23 E3. So this is the T26 E3. It's very similar to the pattern. So I got that slightly wrong there. But yeah, this one has 240 damage as opposed to the 150 that the T23 E3 has. It gets 7 rounds a minute, so you're looking at probably around 1600 DPM base. That's not including any bonuses or any extra gains that you might have in your tank. The aim time and accuracy is fairly poor for a gun that's only 240, but it is going to be a tank that's okay. You only get 130% silver earn rate, which isn't fantastic. Do I think it's going to be worth the cost of it when you actually purchase it for 3,575? No, not really. I think there's a lot better tier 7s you can pick up. I would guess it's kind of like a pattern at tier 7, a bit like a T20, but with like a pattern turret. Not a pattern, even the Pershing turret, a little bit like that. But yeah, I don't think this is going to be particularly fantastic, and I would definitely maybe look elsewhere in terms of spending your gold. It's not one I would really recommend. And then the Guardian STG is another one I wouldn't really recommend ever to pick up. I think it's quite expensive. And also it's not that good of a tier 8 premium, so I would avoid it if it was me. The gun, 390 alpha is not bad, the penetration isn't awful. You get an extra 50% bonus silver, which means you can earn a little bit of silver, but it's not that good. The DPM is the thing that lets this tank down so much. 4 rounds a minute, just over 4.3. Meaning you're only going to be able to do about 1600 DPM at tier 8 on a medium tank. Yeah, it's not particularly fantastic. You do get decent turret armor, but it's really, really bad hull armor. You haven't really got a lot. It's just not a tank I would ever really recommend. You could personally pick it up because it does have a decent top speed. You're going to be able to make use of that DPM with the high penetration if you use the premium rounds. But personally, it's not a tank I would focus on getting. If you've got lots of other Russian mediums and you've got a lot of other tanks at that tier, then, this is a potential option. But as one of the ones, if you're first starting out the game, I definitely wouldn't recommend this one. It's not particularly that powerful in-game, and there's better options for you to spend your gold as well. And, you could spend a little bit more and get a bundle where you get 3 different tanks that you can try out, find out which one that you actually like, and then, use that tank more than this one. So that's the kind of individual tanks that are on sale right now. But there are a few... there is one bundle that gives you 3 different tanks as part of it, and that is the Wolfpack bundle. Now, I think that this is actually one of the better bundles I've seen in quite a while, actually. You get the Ariete Progetto M35 Mod 46. This is the Italian autoloading medium tank. It's really, really good. It's got 3-shot autoloader, or auto-reloader, I should say. It's got that mechanic where it speeds up loading as you get deeper into the clip. So it's kind of debatable when you fire. Should you wait that little bit extra to reload and then fire? It's up to you. And with 240 alpha, you've got 3 shots in the clip. Means that you've got a total damage output of 720 damage per clip. It's going to take you a little while to reload that full clip though, so it's kind of debatable whether you want to necessarily use it as a full autoloader, but you do get that option to shoot one round when it reloads. It's quite a good tank, and I definitely would recommend it. 55 kilometers an hour, 20 kilometers an hour backwards. It's really, really good. The armor is not particularly fantastic. You're not going to be bouncing very much in this. It's kind of a little bit of a glass box. Yeah, you'd be lucky to bounce very much in this. Wouldn't recommend side scraping either. Not particularly good side armor. I mean, you do have some space to protect against heat, but yeah, I don't think that this is one I would necessarily side scrape or use its armor. You want to use it as a kind of like pop up, deal your 3 shots of damage, get the hell out of there, and then move back into a different position, reload, use that gun, and then put your shots in and get out as soon as possible. A good way to play autoloaders or auto reloaders is to save up all of your shots, put them in all at once after you see someone fire. So wait before you come around the corner, don't take the hit. Use your hit points in the late stage of the game where people are on low health and you've got that massive alpha if you pen all of your shots and then take out tanks left, right and centre at the end of the game. You want to stay alive to the end in autoloaders, and that's how really you can make the most of them. Then the next one is the Atomic Centurion. This is kind of one of those that's very similar to the Huntsman, if not pretty much the exact same tank, just not skinned. I don't think, it's going to be anything new if you've got the Huntsman or you've played the Centurion on the stock line. It's nothing too special. It's not going to break the game. It's not going to be anything brand new and you're going to really enjoy it. But it will make you that extra silver, earning 165% silver, which is really good. That's one of the highest in the games, and you can definitely earn some silver if you manage to fire your standard rounds and not firing too much premium and using premium consumables all that much in this tank. Yeah, you can certainly earn a lot of money. Good DPM, good gun, decent aim time, decent accuracy. With all of the perks and skills, you can really kit this out to have some good games. And, it's definitely going to be one you might want to jump in to earn a bit of credits. Then finally we have the T95E2. This is the auto loader, I believe. I think it's the non-skinned Stone Cold, which gets the 2-shot autoloader, although apparently not. This must be like a standard. It's a bit like the Stone Cold but without the autoloader. So you've got 8 rate of fire, 8 rounds a minute, 240 alpha, looking at around 1800 to 1900 DPM. Really not that bad. Then you've got decent penetration on your premium rounds. The standard rounds are pretty poor, to be honest with you. You're going to struggle with tier 9s and tier 10s that you meet, but it does get that preferential, so you won't actually meet tier 10s, luckily. So this does have preferential matchmaking, which is really nice. It's going to stop you from coming up against those tier 10s when you've got low penetration. The alpha damage is a bit lackluster, it's not that good, but it is a standard for the tier and the medium tanks at that tier. Yeah, can earn you a little bit of silver, but it's not that broken. And I think considering it doesn't have the autoloader like the Stone Cold does, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a fantastic tank, because I'd much prefer playing the Stone Cold over this one, for sure. So overall, as the bundle, what do I think of the Wolfpack one? I think that they can definitely be used really good. You've got a little bit of everything in there. You've got like your traditional medium in the T95E2. You've got the Ariete Progetto, which is going to play like the auto-loading medium where you have to move around, reposition, keep your hit points to the end of the game. You don't want to be brawling. You want to preserve your health. Use that auto-loading gun and put some high alpha into the tanks at the end of the game. And then you've got your more brawling Ridgeline Warrior in the Atomic Centurion. I think it's a good bundle. Is it worth the £40 or whatever it costs to actually pick it up? I think it's not that bad, and I think it's one of the better bundles we've had, but I certainly think that there are better ones out there, and I think that if you're interested in medium tanks and if you want a bit of a different change in terms of medium tank playstyles when you purchase them, then these offer a good range, and I think that it's not a bad one overall, especially if you don't have any of them. Now, I hope that you've enjoyed these kind of little mini reviews of the tanks and kind of get get to know a little bit about what you should be thinking when you look at tanks yourself, whether that be in the garage or on the Wargaming website. I hope these kind of look over of the tanks will kind of help you out with that. And the next thing we'll look at is actually this tank commander mode. This used to be in a game. It's kind of like a strategy based third person thing where you can control different tanks and move them around the map and stuff like that. And you know, it's an ultimate real-time strategy on console, so it's part of the game already, and then you know, you can move around the map and stuff like that. So what is this for you guys? It's an event that will actually come out tomorrow on Friday in the morning until the 22nd of March, which is the Tuesday, I believe, or it might even be the Monday. It is, in fact, the Monday, so it will stop on Monday at midnight British time, which is whatever your corresponding is. What will you get as part of this? This is basically an operation or series of operations where you just play against other players in a strategy. You move different tanks around the map, and you kind of command them from the air, like a bird's eye view of different tanks. You move them around, tell them what to shoot at on the enemy team, and you're just basically playing against other people. You can use a keyboard and mouse, and it works much better. So you know, you can literally just plug it into your Xbox, your mouse and your keyboard, and it should work. But make sure you test it out before playing this. This will continue earning you points towards the World of Tanks Flashpoint season, so you won't be losing points if you don't. You'll also be able to earn silver and XP to progress through multiple tech trees simultaneously, so you can earn up to 9 different tanks can earn XP at the same time. So you know, if you're trying to use a variety of different tanks, you can do that yourself. Now, if you play this within the event, the top kind of people that play the event will get rewards based on their performance. So if you come in the top 5, you will be able to receive 100,000 silver, 10,000 free XP, 5 multi-scale jungle camo vouchers, 7 days of premium, and 3 confidential and 3 top secret key cards. So that's actually not a bad one, but you do have to come top 5. Not that many people play the game mode, I suppose. So you know, it's definitely possible to come in the top 5 if you play really well and you've played this before, but definitely have a go and see what you think, and if you like it, then obviously keep playing it, and these events should be coming in more and more frequently as people learn the game mode and Wargaming, you know, successfully implement it into the game. You can earn, if you come top 6 to 50, you'll earn 100,000 silver, 10,000 free XP, 5 multi-scale jungle camo vouchers like previous, 3 days of premium instead of the 7, 1 confidential keycard and 1 top secret keycard. And then if you come top 51 to 100, you get even less, which means that you just get 25,000 silver, 5,000 free XP, 3 camo vouchers and the 3 days of premium. So it's not particularly amazing for coming top 100, but if you come top 5 or top 50, then you know you're going to get decent rewards, and it certainly is a little bit of fun. I don't really play it. I don't think it's that interesting for me personally, but that's just because I prefer playing other real-time strategy games. I don't really want to play a tanks based one. But other than that, that is literally all of the news. I hope that I've kind of gone over that well for everyone. If you want to leave some comments down below as to what you thought, if you want to tell me if I've got anything wrong, then feel free to do so, and I'll try and correct that for you guys in the comments section. So make sure you have a look, and also like the video if you did, as it really does help out the channel, and I'm so glad for all of the support I usually get on my videos. Yeah, fantastic, and we've grown massively in these last couple of months that I've been doing it. So yeah, I'm really grateful to you guys. If you want to check out any other content that's on the channel, you can do so on screen right now, or you can just go on my channel and have a look at the various things, but make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see you in the next video, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.